What up, everybody? This your boy Black Megas, and God, this year is almost over. Like at the time of this recording, it is 10:06 a.m. on November 24th, and in a few weeks we will be at the Keighley Awards, aka the Game Awards. I always call it the Keighleys because it's basically all about Geoff Keighley doing his thing, showing the world how influential he is and how cool he is to get all of this stuff for us to see at his award, especially whenever he gets to basically masturbate on stage to fucking Hideo Kojima. I wonder what the thing will be this year, because last year Kojima showed off a teaser for his new game. I guess this year maybe we'll get some gameplay for that. I don't know. I forget the name of the game, but it's another one of his quirky little projects that Geoff Keighley loves. So we got the announcements for the nominations, and there was a really big deal made over the Game of the Year as a DLC was nominated for Game of the Year. Me personally, I'm like whatever, because as I say every time I talk about award shows to anybody, I don't really care about that. Like, it's nice for the artists, I guess, to get acknowledged and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's not necessarily a mark of what is actually, the best or what is good. It's a subjective opinion like everything else. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to like what I like and I'm going to play what I like. And being awarded doesn't make it any better or worse than anything that I'm into. That's just me. But it's nice to see the trailers. That's the one thing about the Keighleys that is cool, is that he gets a lot of trailers, and I think that's the benefit of all. Like, on it for me, don't give a fuck about who wins what. That being said, I will talk a little bit about what was nominated, and about some of the categories, to be most honestly, because every year I look at these and I see the categories, and I was like, you don't need to have all these categories, and you don't need to necessarily do all this, but it's the pomp and circumstance, I guess. It fills out the time in between trailers and world premieres and all that. So, Game of the Year, of course, you have Astrobot, which I've heard great things about, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, the controversial Elden Scroll Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasio. Honestly, I don't get why you guys are like, getting so upset about the Elden Ring thing. I mean, I get it. It's something that you can't play unless you purchase another game. But again, with the way that they do the Game Awards, it's a weird way of how they set this stuff up. Anyway, and to be honest, like, I'm sure it would have been controversial if this game wasn't included. And there'd be debate about that, because by all accounts, it's one of the better experiences that a lot of gamers have had this year. So, I don't know. It is what it is, Let's see. Best Game Direction, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasio. Basically a repeat of the Game of the Year. So I feel like if one of these games wins Game of the Year or Game of Direction, then it's probably most likely that they'll win the opposite category that they're in, if that makes sense. I know I said that weirdly, but yeah. And if it doesn't, then it's just them trying to make sure that everybody gets happy, and it doesn't seem like, it's just all a consensus. Mind you, we get to vote on this. You have to create an account on the Game Awards website, and then once you're logged in, you can pick your vote. But the media's vote, I believe, is what counts the most, or counts, period. So I can see if they go with one, they can go with the other. Or they'll just try to be contrary to seem like they're being fair. Again, these sports shows, y'all, they're meaningless. They really are. They're good for the companies to be like appreciated by their peers, but at the end of the day, they shouldn't do anything to make you feel a certain type of way about certain games. You're gonna like what you're gonna like regardless. Best narrative, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor Refantasio, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. Gosh, you didn't really hear much about that game after it released. I don't recall hearing much talked about. That's crazy. And Silent Hill 2, a remake. Interesting that a remake is on there. At the same time, again, this is all subjective, and good story is a good story. And if a remake has told a better story than most of the current games, then hey, it is what it is. Step your game up if you want to eliminate DLCs and remakes from entering into this. Which, by the way, I totally forget that Final Fantasy VII is a remake, but it's not, because they actually are retelling the story in some way. And maybe they did that with Silent Hill 2. If you played Silent Hill 2, let me know if they changed anything from the original. Because that's kind of the trend now, where we're not just getting remastered, but we're getting these remakes where they actually do go in and make some changes, even if it's just quality of life changes. By the way, if you could hear the noise in the background, it's crazy. Everybody decided this morning to do their yard work, and it's wild. Anyway, best art direction, Astrobot, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Metaphor Refantasio, and Never. Glad Never is on there. Never is a fucking beautiful game. Like, in every way. Like, it's a very beautiful game. And I have to say, I hope that wins, because Never is, it's just, yeah. Yeah, but again, almost a do of the Game of the Year award. Just Never snuck in there, which I'm glad that like, indie games need to get a lot more recognition than they do. Well, their art design and their creativity, which I spoke about in another video that you guys probably have seen. But yeah, Never is great. It is fucking great. That studio does some great work. Best score in music, Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasio, Silent Hill 2, Stellar Blade. I feel like the Final Fantasy thing is kind of a cheat, because they always do amazing music, even back in the 8-bit days. And the fact that they can now take this game and reproduce it in better sound quality than it was back in the PS1 days. Like, honestly, I can't lie. The battle theme, the version from Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's something that I play all the time, because, like, the fact that you can get even more detail than you could back in the day, which you get a hell of a lot of detail and nuances in that song from the PS1 days. But now it's just like modern era shit. That's just beautiful. And I also feel like Metaphor kind of is a cheat, because the producers of music at Atlas, when it comes to their RPGs, they fucking always kill soundtracks. Like, that's one of their fortes. Like, the music accompanied with great gameplay. and storytelling. It's like, you know, they're just great. Like they're fucking awesome. God, there's really like what 29 categories. Why the fuck did they expand it this year? That's fucking ridiculous. Best audio design: Astrobot, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy, Rebirth, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill. All right, we're not gonna go deep into all of these unless I see something that I wanted to really stop. Best performance: Brianna White, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Hannah Tell, Life is Strange, Double Exposure. I've really heard a lot talked about that game. Humberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, Melanie Juergens, Senua Saga, Hellblade 2. What else do we have here? And see, this is where we're getting into the whole, why do we have all these categories, and this the ridiculous that comes with the pomp and circumstances of this whole thing. Innovative in accessibility. I'm not poo-pooing this category necessarily, because I think it is cool that these games are becoming more aware of like how everybody likes the game, no matter what, you know, race, sex, sexual orientation, physical, and you know, mental disabilities, all that. People like games, and they're trying to make sure that everybody is included in this community. And that's why I think, wow, this is, you know, maybe not a necessary category to have. I appreciate why they put it in here. Like it, because again, people, everybody should have an opportunity to enjoy gaming. Like, gaming is amazing. Gaming is therapeutic. You know, fun. It's great. I love it. I wouldn't be sitting here at almost 49 years of age talking about this if gaming didn't impact my life in some significant way. So that's why I love the idea of like studios doing this. I'm not sure about like why we need an award for this. We should be happy to see that all of these companies are doing this regardless. But again, they have to fill out things for the award show. I know this is going to sound weird, controversial maybe, but yeah, they could do without this award and still acknowledge the, you know, work that these people do. Especially since you're making it a competition of who did the better job of doing something that is a great thing for people to do, and people should want to do good things for others, regardless of whether they're going to get rewarded or not. Anyway, spent way too much time on this subject, I know. The games: Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws. Games for Impact. And again, like, I get the idea of this category, but it's kind of the same argument I just made with the previous category. That being said, love that this is one of the things that keeps me passionate, even though I don't talk about games like I usually do. That keeps me in tune and keeps me wanting to pay attention to what's going on in the gaming world, because you're getting a lot of these games that are having like serious, deep, thoughtful narratives that are making like emotional, mental impacts to people that are, you know, helping people. Especially one of these games that the series is it's pretty much known for the, you know, being a champion of dealing with mental health issues. So the games are Close to the Distance, Indica, Never, Life is Strange, Double Exposure. One of the games, it's funny I said one of these games, but I should have said two. The Life is Strange series has always kind of been, you know, one of those, if you pay attention, it's really addressing some serious social mental issues in a lot of different spots, but probably not as dead on as the next game, which is the one that I was talking about, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. Everybody knows, especially when the lady who plays Senua won the award. How she expressed how impactful it was to be able to do this character, and it helped her as well. And the last game is Tales of Kinzara Zao. Let's see, next category, best ongoing. Again, this is one where I can't even say I get it type of thing. You don't need to acknowledge that, hey, they're still doing good work with a MMO type game. This is really just filler content as far as I'm concerned. And it's fun. It's sad because a lot of these games I like, but yeah, I don't need you to acknowledge that, hey, you're still doing a good job updating this how many ever old year game. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2. Okay, all right, y'all. Yeah, they keep making content. They keep supporting their game, which kudos to them. Not sure if they need a statue for that. Best community support. I'm just look again. Don't need it, but hey, it fills that space, y'all. Fills that space. He can't keep showing y'all all the trailers in the world. He can't get every trailer in the world, every world premiere in the world. He can, he's got a time to fill. Come on. Anyway, best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. I will say this. Even though I don't give a fuck about this category, I feel some type of way about how it would be if No Man's Sky didn't win this, because goddamn, that game went through hell and back and became such a fucking much more beloved game that community needs to win, because they stuck through that thing through thick and thin, the worst of the worst. All these other games, they've had their peaks and valleys, but I would say mostly peaks for them. No Man's Sky was buried from jump, clawed its way out of the hole, kept pushing along. People kept the faith for it. And now it's a game that I've seen a lot of people all of a sudden run to after it dug itself out the mud. And those diehards, they deserve this award. They definitely deserve that award for all the. If anything, the dev team deserves that award for all the fucking hard work that they went through to deliver, and from what I hear, exceed in some ways what they first promised when this game was introduced. So yeah, give it to them. Best independent game: Animal Well, Balatro, Laura Lee and the Laser Eyes, Never, UFO 50. I'm biased towards Never, but I hear Balatro is really, really good. Don't know much about the other games that they announced. Best debut indie game. Again, you got best indie game. What the fuck you have to have best debut indie game? Geoff, come on, man. Come on. You don't need every category in the world. Animal Well, Balatro, Mana Lords, Pacific Drive, The Plucky Squire. Okay, whatever. God damn. Best mobile game. Alright, so I can also say you don't need this, but at the same time, mobile gaming is a big part of the community. No matter how much people want to try to not acknowledge this, mobile gaming is probably the largest platform that we have in gaming today. Ironically, because everybody's got a phone, everybody will pick up the phone and install a couple of apps, gaming apps to play, um, and like to do things. I mean, for God's sakes, people do Fortnite on the go. Like, kids get in trouble in class for playing robot blocks on their phone. Come on. So anyway, AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero. That's a word solid right there. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Moving on. Best VR AR. Surprised that they put this here again. He created this probably because we need to fill time. And even though AR is not as big as people hoped it would be, it is something that may continue to grow and maybe continue to still be a significant part of gaming, even if we don't, flock to it like they'd hope we did. We would, I should say. Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, Metro Awakening. Oh, there's a VR Metro game. That's interesting. Wonder how that is. Best Action Game. God, it's fucking forever, Geoff Keighley. Again, why do you need all these categories? Award shows are always long as fuck for no reason. And there's always a bunch of shit. This is why I'm not into award shows, guys. This is why. The only thing that draws me to this is literally the trailers. Goddamn trailers is what saves gaming award shows, in my opinion. Or at least this one. I don't know how everybody else do, because honestly, now that I think of it, do they really broadcast any other gaming award shows? I don't think so. Anyway. Best Action Game, Black Myth, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine 2. I hear that game's great. Best Action Adventure, Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. Best RPG, Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor, ReFantazio. It's most likely going to end up being Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring is going to dominate in just about any category. If I'm being honest, any category is going to be in, it's going to dominate, except for maybe one of them, because people are going to try to make it seem like, hey, we're not just flocking, and kissing the ring here. Best Fighting, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Fighting game names always so wild to me. Anyway, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Arcade Classics, Multiverse. The game popped right back up and it's getting acknowledged. That's crazy. Tekken 8. Best Family, and one of those categories, y'all. Anyway, Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, The Plucky Squire. Best Sim Strategy, Age of Mythology Retold. I forgot that came out. I feel like I need to get that, because Age of Mythology was like that Age game, Age of Empires series. It was kind of a spinoff of that didn't get the recognition that the original series did. At least I don't recall it getting that much ballyhoo. I played it, and I remember myself liking what I played. I need to get that to play it again to see how that is, because yeah, it had some interesting dynamics to it. Definitely. Frostpunk 2. I play a lot of Frostpunk 1 still, so hopefully Frostpunk 2 is just as good. Gunitsugama, Path of the Goddess, Manalords. I've seen that pushed to me on platforms, and I've never played it. I think I had the beta at one point on Xbox Game Pass and never played it. But yeah, and Unicorn Overlord. Best Sports Racing, F124, EA Sports FC 25. Crazy, like FIFA really fumbled that, being greedy. So stupid. Anyway, NBA 2K25, Thompson 2K25, and WWE 2K24. I'm kind of surprised that the college football game didn't get on here, but was it bad? Somebody please let me know. Was that college football game bad? I know people really, really hyped to get the college football game. Was it not as good as any of these on this list? That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Please let me know. Best multiplayer, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine 2. Probably be Helldivers, because Helldivers, like, even though people don't really talk about it like they used to, I know Helldiver was one of those games. Like, at its height, nobody could fuck with it. Best Adaptation, Arcane. So this is an interesting category because it's basically, it says, best adaptation, but it should be best, adaptation to a TV series or movie, maybe. I guess, because I don't see any fucking books or any other media involved here. It's just all either a TV show or movie. And to be quite honest, this is all TV shows, actually. But best adaptation, Arcane, which probably will win, especially since it's wrapped up. And it's getting a huge amount of, praise for the way it wrapped itself up. But it could lose to Fallout, which, again, a huge amount of fucking praise. The other three, probably not gonna even sniff coming close to winning. You got Knuckles, you got Like a Dragon, Yakuza, and you got Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, which I hear that out of those three, that's probably the best one. It would probably have the best chance of getting acknowledged. But no, it's Arcane or Fallout all day in that category, for sure. Most anticipated game. I'm sorry, because the first game on the list. Woo! God, he loves him some Kojima. Anyway, most anticipated game. And again, this category is fucking useless, y'all. Why are we voting on what we can't wait to play when it comes out? And then, like, what if the shit ends up trash and it never makes any other award? Like, that's so fucking dumb. In fact, I think this happened before with Kojima too, with the first Death Stranding. And now it's probably going to happen again with the second Death Stranding, which is the first game listed. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. What's it called? On the Beach? The fuck? Ghost of Yatai. Like, and to be honest, if I'm going to be like, if I were one to prescribe to this being a category, God, this is such a stupid fucking category. But Ghost of Yatai would be probably the thing that I would like to see the most. Grand Theft Auto 6, of course, that I feel like that would win, but I don't know. How many Keighley fans are out there that would push Death Stranding to? Or how many votes would he, muscle to get his beloved Kojima up there? God damn it. Anyway, Metro Prime 4 Beyond and Monster Hunter Wilds. These are actually pretty, I would say 4 out of the 5 are pretty good choices for this. The other, God damn it, Geoff. You and your love for Kojima. Please, somebody in the comments, let me know, are you really, really geeked up to play some more Death Stranding? I feel like he just threw that in for his love. This is why, again, this is why I don't like award fucking shows. and why I always say that it's just solely subjective and have no meaning. Fucking Death Stranding 2. Get the fuck out of here. Content creator of the year. Again, we don't need this. Me personally, I don't know any of these motherfuckers. And you know, good on them though for their success for being content creators. But why do we have this a fucking award? Case O, Ilowan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, Usada Pecora, whatever. Good luck to whoever wins. Hopefully it'll help you with your subscriber base and your viewership. You know, I wish you much success. Best esports team. Something I don't care about, but esports is a pretty significant part of gaming nowadays. A lot of people are investing money in esports. Acknowledging it, you know, makes sense. Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, Valorant. It's probably like the same games nominated just about every year for esports, best esports game. And then we have to get to the best esports athlete, which again, I don't know any of these people, but a lot of people are invested in esports, and these guys, you know, hats off to them for making a successful career out of a passion. That, I think that's more than anything keeps me from going way in on this, because it's like, yo, it's pretty cool that you could say I play a video game at tournaments for a living, and you make pretty good living, and you're able to probably retire at a very young age at what you do, and then take your money, invest it, and do other things, and that's awesome as fuck, you know. And I appreciate these young kids, these people have the opportunity that they have, you know. Good on them. Anyway, best esport athlete, 33, Netta Shapira, Alexei Verlanen, sorry if I mispronounced your name, Shovi Jung Jihoon, Faker Lee Sang Hyuk, Zaiwu Mathau Herb, is it Herbot? So again, sorry for mispronouncing your name. And ZMJJKK Zhang Yangkang. Moving on. Best esport team. Billy Gaming, Genji, Navi, T1, Team Liquid. Again, I don't follow esports like that, so man, sorry. And I believe that's it. The last category says player's voice, 3 rounds, 3 chances to vote. Have no idea what that's going to be for. I'm sure it was explained, but you know, when I see that the Keighleys is about to come, my thought is, okay, cool. I wonder what trailer's going to show up. Like for me, and to speak about trailers, which, let's be honest, that's the most important thing when it comes to the Keighley Awards. The trailers. We all know it's all about the trailer, right? It's all about trailers. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see some more Ghosts of Your Tie. It would be nice to see some more Grand Theft Auto 6 shit, like other than leaks and shit like that. Would love to see Wolverine. Wolverine hasn't really been shown. That would be nice. They're probably going to do something for Assassin's Creed to let people know, hey, we're still on schedule, even though we pushed it back. It's still coming. Don't worry. There's nothing wrong with it. It's going to be cool. It's going to be great. I feel like Ubisoft would do that. Would be surprised if Ubisoft put out Beyond Good and Evil 2 footage. A game that they've completely went dark on. Like, y'all remember that? Y'all remember the hype they were trying to make? You know, who was it they brought on stage? Was it Tobey Maguire? I forget who it was, but it was somebody well known. They brought on stage and talked about the background thing with the music and other stuff. It was some weird concept they were trying to push with that game. Yeah, we haven't heard anything about that, so that would be pretty nice. I'm sure we're going to get some more Kojima time, like I said before. Probably show some more of the Death Stranding and show us other game. And it's funny, by the way, I totally fucking forgot that they announced Death Stranding 2 until they had it in this category. Just to be, you know, transparent with you guys. Because I was thinking about that other game that Microsoft is going to have as an exclusive. And I still can't think of the name of that game, but it seemed like horror like or something. Um, who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna say a game that I would love to hear talked about. That hasn't been announced as far as I know. It hasn't been talked about, but can I get Remedy now that they're riding high of the success of Alan Wake 2? Could y'all give me another Max Payne game? Could y'all get it back from like Rockstar or whatever and produce that shit? I would love that. I would love another Max Payne. I love the Max Payne game. I was one of the people who was a fan of Max Payne 3. I don't know about y'all, but I like Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 was cool. But I would like for Remedy to get it back and do their thing and incorporate it back into their universe. Now that they have this whole fucking crazy ass like universe where all their games somewhat seem to coexist. Like, I want Max Payne to be sitting there watching an episode of some TV show where they're talking to Alan Wake in the background and then go shoot the shit out of somebody. Come on, give it to me. Give me another Max Payne. Give me another Max Payne. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Can't wait to see what's going to be announced, what's going to be shown. Again, give a fuck about the awards. I will say this though, with the music, I always love the music medley. I said melody. The music medley for the best music award. That's just always fire. That orchestra is fire, and they always bring some great singers out for it and everything. Want to see that shit. Want to fucking see that shit. But that's it. Besides the music and the trailers, yeah, all this other stuff I can give a fuck. But you might give a fuck, so please let me know what you think in the comments about all of this. All right, y'all. We've done just about an hour talking about, well, not an hour, closer to 45 minutes, but seemed like an hour because, again, I'm just not a fan of award shows. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about this because, I just find it interesting, the fascinating conversation behind it. And while it's going on, I am going to watch, like all of us. I may not watch live because I may be at work. I don't know. Something might come up. Who knows? But I'm going to be tuned in and I'll make comments about it after it's done. All right, y'all. Anyway, as always, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think and I'll haunt you later. This your boy Black Makers and I'm out. Deuces.